Are zombie ideas, in your experience, equally distributed from top to bottom, or are they clustered in certain places? Are some places more likely to be sources of zombie ideas? Is that fair question?
Yeah, I'll pick it up. Thank you, Bill. So what we see is it's embedded in the way we do things. And Lenka, you started it when somebody new comes in a company. Exactly, they say, what's the way for doing it? And they follow and they keep repeating the same. And even this, why do we do this? And they question it and they just say, don't ask, that's the way we've always done it. So the challenge is to break the pattern. And I'm a big fan. We had Amy doing the opening this morning, and the wonderful work she's done in being able to challenge. And so many of the policies, the procedures, and thank you to the lady who's come all the way from Lagos and bringing out the challenge that so many procedures and policies dictate the way we work. So let me give you an example. Move to the positive, a solution. I've been privileged to work with DBS, who were voted the world's best bank 5 years in a row. And just like Bill worked with the Hire Group, they were kind enough to let me write the book and tell their story of how they went from traditional to the world's best bank using digital transformation. And in 2015, 1 year into their whole digital journey, the leadership team asked a very excellent question. They said, what's the biggest roadblock, what we were calling today our zombie idea, that's blocking us from achieving what we want to do, which was make banking joyful. Now, you don't associate the word joyful with banking. You go Disneyland or you go around Vienna, it's joyful. You go to your bank, it's not a joyful. So they had a mission, a purpose to reinvent banking, which they successfully did. And when they said, what's our biggest roadblock, this picks up to what I introduced earlier. It was meetings. So they said, what do we need to do different? So they introduced a new way of working called Mojo. Now, we all know you have your Mojo, but what does it mean in the bank? Mo stands for meeting organizer. Jo is joyful observer. And the meeting organizer then had a 5-step governance that the meetings had to start on time. They had to send the agenda, and they had a other structure to follow to make sure it happened. Then at the end of the meeting, Joe, the joyful observer, gives feedback to the meeting organizer on how they performed. Now here's one of the parts I like the most. If the meeting organizer consistently gets negative feedback, they're banned from organizing meetings in the bank. Okay? So this became a practice, and it also changed the leadership behavior. So today in the bank, leaders are not the first to speak, but the last. Why? Because in a digital transformation, it's your employees in the hackathons, in the design thinking, doing the data analytics, doing the journey mapping, and you need to hear from them what's going on. So there's also that the leaders don't talk first, but they talk last. So that was one of the cultural changes. But here's the best part. They saved 500,000 wasted employee hours. So instead of going, why am I in this meeting? Do you know why we're here today? I don't know why we're here today. Don't even know what the agenda is. They were free to do the value-added work that made banking joyful. And that was part of their recipe for their success that transformed. So it was really slaying the zombie idea.
That's a great example. Great example.